Greetings, Excellencies, distinguished delegates and honorable guests, eminent representatives and dear attendees. We are deeply honored by your presence today. This session is organized by the Press Information Bureau, ISOL, under the aegis of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. We are gathered to commence a media workshop focusing on the three pivotal criminal laws that came into effect on the first day of July 2024. They are Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Indian Code of Justice 2023, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, the Indian Civil Defense Code 2023, Bharatiya Saksha Adhiyam, the Indian Evidence Act 2023. To inaugurate this significant session, we shall first honor our distinguished guests. May I request the ushers to come forward and honor the distinguished guests. And for this, I would like to request Director General to felicitate the speaker, the Honorable Speaker. So the IGP will be felicitated by Sir Rajiv. Sir Rajiv. Now I kindly request Pula Somyana to felicitate the Director General.
I'm an organizer. I think it is because I'm a visitor to this place. Thank you very much.
Okay. To start the session, I would like to request Sri Satish Nambudiripat, IIS, Director General of Northeast Zone, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Honorable Speaker, Sir, Po Lalbia Exama, Mizoram Assembly, Mr. Lalbia Thanga Khiangte, IPS, Inspector General Police, Mizoram Police, Professor Madam Lalram Ruati, the resource person for the day, distinguished invitees, media friends. You can see the president of the Mizoram Journalists Association here and a larger number of working journalists, and also the young students of Mizoram Law College representing the up-and-coming judiciary, and other distinguished invitees, my colleagues in the Information Broadcasting Ministry, Mr. Nampi, the Director IAMC here, my erstwhile friend Mr. Silo, and all other very distinguished invitees to this morning. A very, very hearty welcome to each one of you, and thank you very much for accepting our invitation and making this impressive gathering possible. My sincere thanks to each one of you. Sir, the concept of rule of law is that state is governed not by the ruler but by law. In other words, it means king is not the law, but law is the king. While the Western world traces the origin of this theory of rule of law to the ancient Romans, especially in the first formation of the First Republic, etc., We in India are not unaware of this concept. Through the ages, starting from the celebrated philosopher or political philosopher Chanakya onwards, even before that the Janapadas, later on the Panchayati Raj system, rule of the elders in the villages, etc. We are totally familiar with this concept of the rule of law. They all expounded that king should be governed by the word of law. Again, coming back to the modern system or modern days, my legal friends will bear me out, my young friends from the legal fraternity will bear me out, that the rule of law theory goes to, at least it is attributed probably to the British jurist A.V. Dicey. As you all know, he was a Whig jurist, constitution expert, also became the professor of law in both Oxford as well as in London School of Economics. You also know that Dicey's theory has three major pillars: supremacy of law, equality before law, and the predominance of legal spirit. We have been a country under the British yoke. We adopted a lot of things from the British system. In 1947, when we gained our independence, India became independent. Our constitutional fathers decided and they gave to us a constitution which intends that our country be governed by the concept of rule of law. It provides, rather the constitution provides that constitution shall be the supreme power in India, and legislature and executive shall derive their authority from the constitution. You also know that any law that is made by the legislature has to be in conformity with the constitution, failing which it will be declared invalid. And this is provided under Article 13(1). Article 14 ensures that all citizens are equal and that no person shall be discriminated on the basis of sex, religion, race, or place of birth. Article 21 provides a further check against arbitrary executive action by stating that no person shall be deprived of his life or liberty except in accordance with the procedure established by law. Friends, the reason for this elaborate introduction, rather I have digressed a little bit from my bounden duty. My bounden duty was to extend a warm welcome to each one of you. Or why I digressed a little bit was only to stress on three things: the backdrop or the background of this meeting, why we have all gathered here, the significance of the points being discussed here, and the purpose of its timing. All these three things are very important. First is the background of this meeting. As this girl had also mentioned, this meeting, as you all know, is set on the backdrop of the enactment of three new criminal laws, namely Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita 2023, 2023, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Samhita 2023, and Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiniyam 2023, which are to replace the Indian Penal Code 1860, the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, and the Indian Evidence Act 1872, respectively. You also know that these new laws have come into being with effect from 1st July. That's a backdrop. What is the significance of this gathering? What is the significance of these three enactments? One needs to look at, as we mentioned, carefully at the background of the enactment of this law. These three laws. These laws, in the previous position, define the state-citizen relationship based on colonial prejudices and practices. It is a total departure from these 100 years, 100 plus years, or nearly 150 years old laws, which are of very, very cutting edge significance with the people. It's a revenue administration and the police force represented by the IGP who are the cutting edge as far as the common man is concerned with the government. The primary duty of the government is to protect the life and property of the citizens. All these issues come under that purview. Nothing more. Even the transportation or roads, everything is secondary to our primary requirement of life and property. And these three laws are extremely important from that perspective. The three laws have now or hence been enacted to overhaul the criminal justice system in the country to make it citizen friendly, or rather citizen centric. Coming to the relevance or the purpose of this meeting, these conferences are an attempt by the government, both the central government as well as the state government, not only to sensitize and generate awareness about these three laws, but also to understand them from the legal luminaries and practitioners. That's why Madam will be talking about it. Prior to that, the Inspector General of Police would be there. I can see a beautiful combination of the legislature, police, and the legal fraternity, judiciary here. The lawmaker is there, law implementer is there, the law interpreter is there. You all represent them, the law interpreters. So in this gathering, let us sit together, let us understand, both these people will tell you more about these acts, the nuances, subtleties, the changes, and the difference in viewpoints of the standpoints. It also serves one more purpose, like the Honorable Law Minister, Honorable Home Minister, the country has been mentioning. In Indian system, law is not static, but dynamic and ever evolving. These kinds of interactions also give us an opportunity to understand the further requirements for further fine-tuning of these acts. This is such a gathering. As I mentioned, a lot of effort is being made by the government to give wide information or awareness or publicity to these acts, these three new laws, among the general public and practitioners in particular, and the stakeholders. Public is the most important, then judiciary is there, lawyers, magistrates, then police officers. All the state governments have been holding at the police level. The Inspector General of Police will mention about the preparedness of the Mizoram government in coming out with this act. Starting 1st of July, all the new complaints will be registered under the new law. Time-bound actions. We were there in Assam, we had a similar kind of an event in Assam. The Assam government, the DGP was present there. He made the statement how the government of Assam is, or the police of Assam is ready to implement this law. I'm sure that kind of a statement is coming from the Inspector General of Police here also. All the state governments have been doing. There is a whole of government approach. The Law Ministry has been holding meetings. Honorable Law Minister and various judges of the High Courts, High Court Chief Justice of Sikkim, Assam, etc. judges were all there in Guwahati on May 18th and 19th. They have been, the Law Ministry has been holding these kinds of meetings. BPRND, Police Bureau of Police Research and Development, they have been coming out with documentations to inform the police fraternity. State governments, as mentioned, various low courts, legal fraternity, they have also been. There are various opinions, they need to understand. This is very, very much in the news every day. You see the newspapers, opinion, pro and against. And people like Mr. Shashi Tharoor had mentioned, it's a law. So law of the land, we all will go by that. So then, differing opinions. So these are the forum in which informed decisions can be taken and communicated to the right quarters, and it can be taken into consideration. And while certain things are at legal fraternity, etc., We in the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, as you know, are the Ministry of Information Broadcasting is the designated agency for talking to the journalist, informing the people through the journalistic fraternity. That is what precisely we are doing here. That is why this targeted intervention at the journalist friends of Mizoram, because they have a very, very major role because it is through the media that people come to know of it. While the people, as I mentioned, people are for them the law or the criminal issue is the cutting edge of their relationship with the government. It is only individual. Whereas in the case of the media, it becomes societal. I face a problem, I have a problem, or I get some kind of a good, bad reaction. It is the media who publicize it. Through the media, larger number of people come to know of it. Otherwise, it becomes individual to that state. That is important to the media. So, through them, it is very, very important that the provisions, nuances, subtleties of the changes, differences in approaches, as I said, the colonial attitude and the new government, it is known by the people through the media persons. That is why we have come out with these kinds of, both these acts have, we have come out with these kinds of write-ups, etc. Each of these things, how many sections, 358 sections, it used to be 511 in Bharatiya Nyasam. I don't want to go into it. These kinds of huge number of, background papers have been prepared by various ministries, PIB, Press Information Bureau, etc., etc. And they are all available publicly. I have requested, or rather I have asked my officer here, Mr. Rajiv, to make it available to the journalist friends. Any friends from the legal, legal students, if you want to know, you can contact him. Whatever is available with him, they will definitely share it with you all. I don't want to go into these details. Both of them will definitely give more about it. I am told that there are three major differences. One is the electronic mode, the importance of the digital medium, digital records is very, very prominent in the new act. I am sure that Madam is going to talk more about it. The stress has become from punitive justice to restorative justice. That is another very major difference in this. Third is community service as a punishment. A not plea-bargaining, concept of plea-bargaining. Then the primary importance given to women and children, crime against women. All these things have been highlighted in this act. I am sure that both these practitioners are going to talk about it. And our job, as I mentioned, is only to make this forum possible through the media. And that is precisely what the Press Information Bureau under the Ministry of Information Broadcasting has been doing. It's not a forum to talk about what IMD ministry is, what all we do. We'll definitely do that in some other time. The time given to me in 10 minutes, probably I've overstepped it by 3-4 minutes. Thank you once again, Speaker Sir, for sparing a very, very valuable time to be with us. He had another meeting at the CM's Secretariat, he was mentioning. Still he reached 10 minutes, 15 minutes before. I also thank the Inspector General of Police and each one of you for making it possible and extend a very, very hearty welcome to an interesting session. Thank you for your attention. Jai Hind.
We thank the Director General, Shri Satish Nambadiripat, for orienting us with the insightful light related to the three laws and beyond. Now, moving ahead, I would kindly request our esteemed guest, Pulal Byakta Khyangte, IPS Inspector General of Police, to share a few words with us.
Honorable Speaker Pulal Byakta, respected Director General, Sri Satish Nambadiripat, DG Northeast Zone, our resource person P. Lalramruati, Associate Profession, Government Mizoram Law College, our senior in-service Purwata, dignitaries, PIB staff, officers, participants, media men. Today, I will briefly talk about what are the 3 new laws and our preparedness in Mizoram. These 3 new laws, BNS Bharatiya Naya Sanhita, BNSS Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, and BSA Bharatiya Saksya Adhinyam. It was assented by the President of India on 25th December last year and notified in Gazette of India the same day. It is a Christmas act or a Christmas present of these 3 new laws. I will not go in particular of the 3 new laws, but what changes it's going to make, I'll just give a brief about it. It is a justice system based on Indian thinking. Earlier, our justice system was made by the British government for the purpose of oppressing the Indian people. These acts are now intended to overhaul the Indian legal system and establish justice system based on Indian thinking. The new criminal laws will free people from colonial mindset and its symbol and decolonize our mind. These laws focus on justice rather than punishment. They are made with the spirit of Indian Constitution. The value of human beings, human rights are at its core. They will ensure victim-centric justice. Earlier, victim was never a stakeholder, but this time it's going to be victim-centric justice. Citizen-centric laws. They are the citizen-centric laws. BNSS gives citizens right to file an FIR through oral or by electronic communication also. Irrespective of the area, you can submit FIR to the police station and the police station have to register a case. Citizens are entitled to get free copy of FIR from the police without any delay, and the police are mandated to inform the victim of the progress of investigation. It's never happened in the old laws. The victims have right for free medical treatment, and there is a provision for protection of witness. And BNS also provide provision for investigation, inquiry, trial, and proceeding through electronic media. This is completely different from the old laws. And it is also women and children centric laws. New criminal includes 37 sections addressing crime against women. Offense against women is made now neutral gender in terms of the victim as well as the perpetrator. Earlier it is only addressed to the women. And medical practitioner, registered medical practitioner, now they are mandated to submit their report, especially in sexual crime, to the IO within 7 days. This will definitely speed up the progress of the process of case investigation, and it will prevent delay in investigation also. And the next important point is infusion of technology in delivery of justice. Comprehensive digitalization of all stages of criminal justice system is envisaged in these 3 new laws. It includes e-records, zero FIR, e-FIR, summons, notice, warrants. This you can do in electronic medium. It also introduced electronic statement of victims, e-appearance for the presence of witness, accused, expert, victims through electronic means. It introduced procedure for videography of search and seizure, including preparing list of seized items and witness signature. So infusion of technology is very considerable in the three new laws. And it is also victim-centric approach. It recognizes victim as the stakeholder in the criminal proceeding. Victims are entitled to a copy of FIR, as already highlighted earlier. And they have the right to be informed about progress of the case investigation by the police. It introduced witness protection scheme, and the statement of rape victims shall be recorded only by a lady judicial magistrate. And it also provides timely and speedy justice. In the old system of law, we've always said that justice delay is justice denied. But the system does not support that statement. Now, timeline has been added in 45 sections of the three new laws, especially BNSS. No more than 2 adjournments are allowed to be given in criminal proceeding. Use of technology for issuance of service and summon and deposition of evidence. This will ensure timely and speedy delivery of justice. Transforming criminal justice system. Timely justice, I already mentioned about it. Apart from that, the charge is to be framed within 60 days from the commencement of the first hearing, after the conclusion of the trial. Judgment is to be pronounced within 45 days. And we have to have Directorate of Prosecution at the state level and in every district. Electronic mode for inquiry, trials can be done electronically, and release of under trial. First time offender, they can be released if under trial detention reach 1/3 of the sentence. And general accountability and transparency of police. Mandatory videography of search and seizure. No arrest in case of case where the punishment is less than 3 years without prior approval of DSP rank. This is very prominent provision because police station is manned by officer lower in rank than DYSP. So in the station itself, a permission for arrest in case of offense punishable with imprisonment less than 3 years. They cannot have permission of arrest at the station itself because at the station it was there is no DYSP rank in the police station. So they have to approach the DYSP rank officer for making arrest in those cases. This very it's citizens-centric provision also. And over 20 sections have been introduced to enhance police accountability in arrest, search, seizure, and investigation. Now, coming to our preparedness, we conducted trainings of all the district police right from constabulary level and some of the 4th grade also. We have achieved as good as 10% training of our district police, barring those who are well maternity leave. We cannot train them because they are on leave, long leave, no maternity leave. The rest, we finished training. But our main problem is this storing of storing of our videography. We approach ICT and NIC. We are working together for proper storage. And we also don't understand that search and seizure photography, videography, so to say, we have to submit it to district magistrate or SDM or judicial magistrate of the first class. The last one we understand, but we don't understand why we should give it to district magistrate, because they are never involved in the case investigation or trial of the case. In this workshop, I hope you will deliberate upon that. And our resource person may also have something to say about that provision. And law and judicial, this last week I think they got the training with prosecutor, law, these judges, this Assam Judicial Academy come here in Aizawl last week, and they give training to all our judges, bar association, as well as public prosecutor. And our jail also, we already conduct four trainings at state level for our prison authorities and jail authorities. So the state government is fully prepared to implement, and we already implemented it, and we now register several cases under these 3 new laws. And we have to go for this forensics expert. This one will take 5 years permission. But within 5 years, whether we'll be able to get forensic expert of the required number, because they have to involve in the case investigation and have to come to the scene of a crime in offenses where the punishment is more than 7 years. We have such kind of cases last year, about 257 cases. This is large number. Whether our forensics expert can cope up with this kind of cases, so many cases throughout the state of Mizoram. However, we have 5 years time slot for implementation of this one. We already have forensic mobile van to be able to cover the whole state of Mizoram. The rest, apart from that, storing of electronic evidence, we can cope up with implementation of these 3 new laws. And in fact, mobile photography is allowed by BNSS, so the problem for videography of search and seizure we will be able to do. However, there may be some problem since it is a new laws. Without problem, we will. It is not possible to implement anything. We will overcome, and the rest preparedness is quite satisfactory. Okay, thank you.
We thank our esteemed guest Pulalbiak Thangakyangte for his valuable inputs. I hope the students of Mizoram Law College, Government Mizoram Law College, have earmarked and noted down his valuable points. Moving ahead, it is my distinct honor to invite our chief guest, His Excellency Pulalbiak Sama, the Honorable Speaker of Mizoram State Assembly, to grace us with his valuable address to officially commence this session. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Sri Satish Nabu Duripat, DG Northeast Zone, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Pulalbiak Thangakyangte IPS, IGP Law and Order Mizoram, Dr. Rajiv Lorembam, IIS, MNCO, PIB Aizawl, P. Lalrenwati, Resource Person and Associate Professor, Mizoram Law College. May I request her to kindly rise from her seat? Okay, because in the second half I'll not be here, so I need to, just curious who is the one, because so many ladies. Anyway, and Pu LR Silo, The information stalwart of Mizoram is Amit Sas. He may be physically retired, but still very much in service by spirit. And of course the law fraternity, the law aspirants, and all distinguished members and my friends. It is my distinct honor and privilege to address you today on this historic workshop on 3 new criminal laws. This workshop marks a crucial moment in our legal framework, offering a platform to discuss and comprehend the implications of these new laws in our society. With the emergence of technology and the increasingly complex nature of offenses, we face new forms of crime, new threats to our safety and security, and new understandings of justice and equity is the need of the day. Therefore, the existing criminal laws, the Indian Penal Code, IPC 1860, the Criminal Procedure Code 1973, and the Indian Evidence Act 1872 have become less effective in serving its desired purposes as they were framed long ago, before many of the modern crimes comes into existence and were encountered. For instance, the prolonged time it takes to deliver the justice has to some extent failed to deter criminal offenses or prevent the repeat offenses. According to Justice Malibat Committee 2003, the existing system weighed in favor of the accused and did not adequately focus on justice to the victims of crime, thus necessitating the formation of new criminal laws. The enactment of these 3 new criminal laws, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita BNS, the Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Sanhita BNSS, and the Bharatiya Saksya Abhiniyam BSA. I don't know if I have pronounced it correctly. Please excuse me if I have slightly deviated from the original pronunciation. This represents a significant stride towards a safer and more equitable society. These new laws introduce transformative amendments aimed at overhauling the criminal justice system with a focus on timely justice delivery, victim-centric approaches, gender neutrality, and stringent punishments for crimes against women and children. I believe these laws will be able to address emerging issues and societal changes, uphold fairness and effectiveness in criminal justice, and strengthen our legal system's effectiveness. It reaffirms our commitment to justice and the protection of all citizens alike. Let us envision a society where these laws protect our citizens justly and effectively, thereby creating a conducive legal platform. For this, the media will play an important role, and I urge the media persons to contribute as much possible in terms of decimating the law procedures to the masses of the people. In fact, I myself am not legally, I'm not from the legal background, so I have not much comment on this matter, but it is you, the media, will play an important role in bringing about the awareness on these new laws. Thank you once again for the opportunity to address this workshop. I look forward to fruitful discussions and constructive outcomes out of this. Allow me to continue in Mizoram. India Ramathil Tiswaltu Tashemna Dan Pathum IPC 1860 Te CRPC 1973 Tele Indian Evidence Act 1872 Tehi Danu Patak Vaitam Tak Siam Chaton Ya anjinga pani IPC le Indian Evidence Act te pei chu kumza zet kan lum han ton ninge nge a heng na pui pathum te hi July ni khatna sang te som ni pari khan dan thar hlak a thla ka lo ni ta a heng dan thar pathum te hian British te nam zemila dan siam kan lum han hin chu India ram million lo thlak ta a wan doi thlak takin sual ti le ado konga hian thudik pakhata oma chu thil ti sual tu te hi sual du tu te ain pen khatin an na sajok zelani ti hiani chu wangin dan siam chat hi top chin nei lo never ending process ania heng dan bui pathum te hi a hom puya thak ani ma hian khavel ma son nei a hrin chu sual da chi thar do na tan a phun kim tok lowa a chak tok lo bok sual na thar do na tur dan te sep tam tak siam ni thin ma se an tok zo lo ani chu wen heng sual do na dan bui pathum te thak lok tu dan thar lo piam ta ani dan sia lo hi semna pumpel na tan chan chatok atlin lo ti ani dan hi mi jong zong tan siam ani wangin mi jong zong na siat angai ani chu wen mi jong zong kan siat thei tura dan lam in sil siat na hi tu ema when a workshop kan ni am te po hi lo tak kan man tang kai ka be se ya chu wen mi jong zong kan siat thei tur le adan lam in sil siat na pia lama hian ke mani nun theu ate po kan lo in siam rem theina turin nol pui mi pui no pui te kan in sil siat mol hi atul ngalin arin oma sana chu July ni kata tang man tan alo ni a tuna hian kan lu ter to ani mai sia chu tiang taka mi puin kan no mo ta ni sil siat na hoina buat sei ni hilo bom ka ti hle ni he dan thar mi pui buat zana le sil siat na hi a hom zau zo ko kal pui chu hle in ka sia a abik takin judiciary lamte dan ken ko tu police lamte dan ken ko tu te pui tu sarkar agency entinan heng VDP kan lam TMC JSC kan ti tele thlongai pol te po thup zoka zirtir an tu hle don ani sarkar lai pui chuan hetiang hian mala a state sarkar po kan chan tu hle dona state tam zoka chuan man chan alo ni to nge a heng dan thate hi kalphum mu mon le luk hong le taka kan man ve na turin akai le department zong zok te abik takin law department le home department te chak taka in buat sayam hala ha turin sarkar chuan abi sei chawa tin he dan siamani chan mi pui sil siat na hi tar za thiang perin kan hui ila hemetan hian kan media te pai mo em dor ani he dan thang noya hian mi pui thamo taka om turin du sakna kalane kalome
We are profoundly grateful to our esteemed guests. So moving on, I would like to request Dr. Rajiv Lorebum, IIS, to give vote of thanks.
Good morning to all. On behalf of the Press Information Bureau, ISO, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India, I, Rajiv Lorebum, Head of the Office, PIB ISO, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Pu Lalbia Jalma, Honorable Speaker, Mizoram State Assembly, for sharing his valuable time and the precious word he have highlighted in today's program. Sir, I thank you once again for your valuable time. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Pu Lalbia Tanga Khyangti, IPS, Mizoram Police, for your valuable time and for highlighting various details relating to these 3 new criminal laws. Sir, once again I thank you for sharing your valuable time and making the program successful. I also pay my sincere thanks to Sri K. Satish Nambudiripat, DG Northeast Zone, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, for his guidance and suggestion for the fruitful conduct of the one-day media workshop on 3 new criminal laws. Sir, I thank you for dedication of your valuable time and coming down to Aizawl from Guwahati for the program. I am also extend my gratitude to all the dignitaries, media persons, students of the Mizoram Law College for sharing your valuable time and making the program, making the workshop successful. Thank you.
Now, without further ado, let us proceed to our technical session. We will now be enlightened with a presentation on the new criminal laws by Assistant Professor P. Larimruati of Government of Mizoram Law College.
It is a great privilege and an honor to be here with you today. Thank you, Dr. Ranjiv sir, for your kind invitation, and my heartfelt thanks to the organizing team, Press Information Bureau Aizawl, for this wonderful and incredible event you put together. My sincere gratitude to all the participants, especially my students from Mizoram Law College. And I would also like to convey my special thanks to my colleagues, Ms. Vana Shwai from Government Mizoram Law College, and my dear friend, Ms. Arzo Tantuangi, MLS from Law and Judicial Department, and she is presently the working secretary regarding the implementation of new criminal law in the state of Mizoram. Now, coming to the presentation. For better understanding and communication, convenience, maybe it is better to deliver my lecture in Mizoram. So, sir, is that okay? Okay. Kan siya mga tuna yan July ni kat achang kanin criminal law, new criminal law kan tia dan thar pathum titika kan soi photo china abik takin hey DDK lampang page chuanin engni program chi sang sang ten buat saya ke ni te po thu soi na hun te po kha kan lo nei photo a voin hi hetiang hetiang ang hun tak hi chu kan voi khatina ania amaro chu eng mukha kan lo soi ve nual to a kan soi ngai te po kha kan soi te po achul me thaya chuwang chuanin ngai thak dan te po kha in lo thiam don nia kan sia anga Indian Penal Code kan ti kha tuna chuanin Indian Penal Code ti kha ni to don lawa ka mami ti kha nin an soi chak to a ta chuanin ka Bharatiya Niya Sanhita ti kha ni to dona Indian Penal Code kan ti kha ta chuanin IPC po Indian Penal Code po IPC kan ti mai china chen khat chuanin ahming hi lam har te po kan tia chuwang chuanin ahming lam dana kha chuanin buai lawila BNS te kan ti mai anga IPC Indian Penal Code po IPC kan ti angkan chutiang pokin Criminal Procedure Code kan ti kha Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita ti in kha kani dona khang te po BNSS kha kan ti mai anga chutiang pokin Indian Evidence Act te po BSA mo ke ma ngai po yan lamhar kalati ma tin law college hitlem kan soilok do tuna hianin kan syllabus hianin he new criminal law hi BSAB ka Indian Penal Code ka ikan zirdon sia voina helai muna zirlai lo chu te hi first batch tour an ni don poka voina ka zirtir helai muna ka soi ang thau hi new criminal law chungcha ma chuanin class a po kan zirtur thau an ni le zel bokani oh masabera chuanin new criminal law kan tia criminal law kan ti hianin enge ni asoitum engeni criminal law chu ti kha kan shat masak apoi moin ka sha criminal law kan ti shim chuanin jail bang in zutir lampang kha ako kani criminal case in ya thiam lo ichangani chuanin he dan thara po hianin new criminal law a po hianin thiam lo chang ini chuan jail bang zut lampang kha ako kani chuan dan he criminal law dan pathum poimo BNS kan ti IPC chuanin enge ni thil poi chunia enge ni thil swal chunia ti kha aron soifi a chu dan siam tu te kan dan siam tu ten chu thil a chu thil swal poi khoi na thil a chu eng ang chin hinge ni ang ti kha adan siam tu ten anron siama ti chuan BNS kha aron ni don ani ta chuan pong swal te twal tha ti ang chi te khang te kha eng tiang angin nge danin pong swal chu enge ni a ruk chu enge ni a tin thil dang tam tak po kha khang zong kha a zia le ani na ta ka kha aron soifi a chu ti ralin shemna jail bang zut thei za tur kum som ni theng dam chung thi na khophial ti ang chi te tin poisa choi tur zat atekha BNS chuanin aron soifia a chuan CRPC BNSS kan ti kha chuanin na china khanin he kan sar kha achoi tain IGP police lampang te kha an oma khang khanin mi poi khoi na alo theng ani chuanin mi in FIR te kan thelu china FIR kan han thelu cha khanin engtin nge investigation police ten anti ang crime scene khang huna te kan vakal ta se engtin nge anti ang police ten investigation antia charge sheet te an thelu china ta chuan hun bituk chungin charge sheet thelu turani ti te khang zong kha police te na ma an lak dan turaka BNSS chuan aron soifia a tin sumi baka judge ten he ta kota trial an local puya chuta chuanin judge te khanin engtiang angin nge case kan kalpuyang ti kha khang zong kha a procedural law lampanga kha BNSS chuan aron tar langani chuan Indian Evidence Act BSA kan ti khanin aron tarlan le achu mi thiam lo chang tur chuan thu she tu te ko an ngaya thiam na sang zok nei te expert opinion lak angai chang te a china tin ko ta thu she tu te thu an zo fia in eng ang chin hinge thu zo fia theini a eng ang china nge cross examination te kan ti meya tianga chuanin eng tiang angin nge ukil ten thu an zo ang mo chuan he case han a khoi lai hinge poimo a kha thil swal tia kha poi khoi a kha enge kon thiam lo chantir ni nge theinan a khoi lai ta ka hinge poimo eng hinge kan zo ang evidence mo chu evidence mangin ati dan tu rakha he evidence BSA kan ti hianin aron tar lang ve thungani chuan dan pathum kha chu kan soi jing to kan kalsananga engwangin nge heng dan pathum hi tuna hian thak ani a thil thar thut ani em ama in hetiang ang hi lo ngai lo em ti zon na po kha theya chuta chuan dan shim hi chu I in society mo ke mani mishing kanin thak angte khovel alawin hair danglam angten dan hi chu siam thata siam rembe fo kha angai china ni chuwang chuanin tuna hianin he dan thar hi July ni khat achanga kan man tu rehi dan thar lak lo chuak siam kha ani bik chuang lawa kumsang ni le som pakwa ate po khanin heng kan dan pathum kan criminal law a hianin amendment siam danglam te po kha a reng thawani amaro chu tun ang a major change ti meila khatyang ang khachu a lawa a ming zong nen a thak khachu a chuang lawani tin tuna po hianin he dan chung hi heng dan pathum hingun takin achung kan enani chuanin dan luemi po ka thil tam tak angai anga kalo oma thil thar te po oma dan thar kan ti wang khanin thil vathar luai emo thil danglam ta tuai emo kha ani chuang bik lawani tin chumi baga case India ma case chin fel lo hi atam ma Mizoram te po ani anga chuta chuanin case te hi chakzo ka chin fel ani theinan ten he dan hianin police te hi thunei na aron pezau ani tin thunei na apek zawral apek bel rolin mo phur na po anga a nakina ingtiang angin nge khang case pending ate kha chin fel vat ani theyang ti te po kha kan soi zelanga police te thunei na apek bel kan ti kha tin chumi ba ka o kan jail te hi antam ema tang theiza bituk aitaman omani achan chu khung jail tam tak te hi under trial make UTP te kan ti me chung chu an case la ngai to make thiam lo chan tir po lan lino an case akal zela thiaman changani phei chuan jail atanga ron la chuak tur te anni chung under child prisoner ang te chu antam ma kan jail chunga yan khatyang anga te khanin case kha chakzo ka kalpui ani chuan khang under trial jaila an chungchang thu ngai to a thiam ka changa nge changlawang ti ngai to me ka te po kha I atem pha be sot theyang ti ngai to na omatin chumi ba ka tun lai ko vel changkang zela electronic communication te tin digital mode te khang ang te man changka ya ni theina tan chung ang dan thar te chu arun introduce ani chuan British hunlaya dan siam to ti te ani a khang zong zong kha engei ril an dan siam tu ti ril rungai to na omin he dan thara hi I anron ti chuak ta ani chuan Indian Penal Code Bharatiya Niya Sanhita kan tia ka chuanin adan luya hianin ki section zangale som pakhat laya oma tunai ro chuanin zathum somnga pariat kha a umdon ani zathum somnga pariat a kan ti hianin angeni thil apai cheu emo khatyang kha omemo kan ani emo kan lo ti palangi ani chuang lawani zangale som pakhat khianin dan luya kha chuanin hei hi thil swalani ruk hi section pakhat khanin hei ruk ani ti kha aron soifia section pakhata khan adot le akhan ruk shem na te kha aron da ani mase dan thara chuanin section pakhat noya khanin enge ni ruk chuni tia asoirwalin a shem na te kha ada zela chuwang chanin atlem pha sot chuang lawani chu kan dan thara chuan chumi ba ka thil thar lak da bel te po kha oma tin pai chen te po kha oma kan en chau zelanga chuan IPC BNSB ka khanin enge ni thak thil khak danglam de ti kha enila ta chuanin offense against women and child hei hi thil thar lak ani chuang lawani mo ama pon kha IPC a khan offense against women and child kha a umring amarozu section pakhata section somnga pakwa a khanin pong swal bi ka khalo umta se me chelaka poi khoina thleng the thil danga kha heta section zale ti na vela dai ti khana umta a khang angkha dar saraka lom khata arunda ta chuan chapter pakhat top omin offense against women and child bi ka chapter khatina runda ta kha mun khata umwang me ni hikitil thar mechia telaka poi khoina bi ka hi dan tharin chuti chuan runti hanti lua tur kha ani chuang lawani chu thil ngai ve ka chapter khata arunda enge mo claim te ero kha chu aron belve thawani tin gender neutral kan tia hemi omzia chu khikita a inzia angkyan atharle a luiti kha karon compare zela kiki kan enchuan mechia te sarua ko turati lui angchi te khatyang anga khanin ahma chuanin any man mipa chuanin mo man kan ti chuan mipa ania amaro chu dan thara chuan whoever aron ti ni me tu po chuan Indian Penal Code a hianin thil pakhat kan soidu chu gender chungchanga hian ahma chuan male and female di aron da me china amaro chu tuna chuan transgender mo third gender kan ti te khatyang ang male e mipa le mechia ba ka transgender kha aron da tilbok ani chung anga chuanin whoever kan ti apo kyanin until theyang mo khiki gender neutral kan ti la ya chuan mechia te sarwa ko turati luite khatyang ang chia khan ama chuan mipa chawin mechela ka then theya dan chuan anga ya amaro chu tun dan thara chuan mi tu po mechia le mechia inkara po thlengse kha mechia akha case sang sathe ani ve to don ani tin section hi voyeurism kan tia khimi omzia chu heite kan shat apoi moin ka shatun laya hemi omzia chu mi lo bi kha ka mechia pakhat alo oma te chuan public ka athil ti ngam lo tur ang chi thil alo tia mo chuan chu kan lo bi kha te kan lo la khang thalak te kan lo the dar khan khang kha voyeurism kan ti chu anita king te poki ama chuan mi pale mechia inkara thleng thia dan chuan anga ya tuna ero chuanin whoever me tu po mechia le mechia inkara po atheng thea chu dan pun aron muto ani ama ami pa chau ati ral khan tu da jan mechia le mechia inkara po athei to don ani tin shemna in pek chungcha nga hian dan thara chuan community service aron da telani he community service ero hi chu thil swal kan ti angchi chiruk cha khanin ahman theiani alang sar zwal dewa chuan defamation kan ti angchi te kha mo defamation case te polar emema community service kan ti chuan convict to thiam lo chang to mo chu thiam lo chang to kha an ni potangai ani community service ti tur ka chu khang ang te kha thiam lo chang to te ashem da atana ashem tu turina mo judge ina shemna ape ka kha community service kan ti chu nia ta chuan na thokten kan choranga khang an chora khanin engma lok na emo lomman emo khatyang angkha an nei don lo ani chuan mandatory minimum sentence hengte po hi judge ten shemna an pek chungchanga hian thil swal kan ti kha a shemna BNS in aron soi kan ti kha khanga khanin theft ani chuanin ashemna a chuan imprisonment which may extend to 3 years detail lo nita which may extend to 3 years ani chuan kum thum kha nge in shemna apeturani ti na ani lo dana chuan mo extend to 3 years ani ang khan kum thum theng kum ni emo kum khat emo tharuk emo po ani the mo amaro chu dan thara chuan kha BNS maya khanin khang section tam taka khanin ani kum khat aya claim lo tharuk aya claim lo an tang turani ti angchi kha aron tar lang ani chutyang ang ani ero chuanin ashem thei tu te po khanin danina asoi ang khan kum khat ai claim lo tharuk ai claim lo ati chuan khakhang nge in akal puya ngai ve thungani chuan summons mo kota thushetu atante tin thil swal tingai po ilo ni thei ko ilo dia kot ko na te kan ti mai china isha thiam ul samzongin chutyang anga chuanin khang angai pui mo du lava lo dong du lava lo avoid te kha ashem na kha asang tabokani poisa choi turaka heta kan tarlan ang hian chuan BNS a hianin angeni thil tharlak new offenses kan ti kha a oma ta chuanin hi section somruk le pakwana kita khianin entirnan na thok na nei tu ilo nia na sang tak engi mu ilo thok ta a chuan chuta chuanin chutyang anga hetyang anga kan lo omani chuanin engeni mi pat meisa na minman puila chutyang chuan engeni thil chazok ka pe ang che tia khatyang in promise engeni khatyang anga thil ti kha thil khenga kha pong swal ni cha silo mo khatyang ang te po kha shemna aron om ve thei to ani tin organized crime mi pakhat ayatam mo engeni I khang anga khanin ahu hawa arwala thil kan ti angchi khatyang angchi ti po kha ashem na shan pa kha aron da organized crime ma thei po kita kan tarlan ang kyang king ho ki ani theyanga chuan chumi ba ka petty organized crime ma he chu tlema engeni thil swal kan ti apo kan tlema engeni I shemna sang lu tuk nilo angchi khatyang angkha aronda telboka tin terrorist act heng te po hi terrorist chet na angchi te chu kan shefawa IPC a han ashan pai na shemna kha alo om ngai lawa mase BNS sa chuanin terrorist act po hi aron om to don ani tin mob lynching mod sa khwana te emo engeni kan mimal ngai dan te emo khatyang angchi namle nam mo in lungrwala khangtyang angina midanga thi engeni twal tha khatyang ang anthlen ani chuanin mob lynching ania hi poi ashem na shan pa arunda hit and run case te po hengte a mai na omngai lo ani dan luya ka chuanin tuna chan motori lo khala accident mi ilo su a ilo tipala khatyang ang boy som lawa emo in report du lawa itlan sia san ani chuan ashem na kha ashan pai na om to bok ani chuan he BNS hianin enge IPC a changchuan na pai unnatural offense section 377 heng te hi unnatural offense te po hi LGBTQ community chungchang kan sha anga heng te pun unright ka unfight vena sa mani chuan ta chuanin khami 377 alar ma kan lo she to me theya khami homosexuality chungchang te po ka tundan thara chuan a om to lova tin adultery we re na kan ti angchi te po ka apai to tin sedition law kan ti te po ka I apai to boka tin weight and measure Equalizers chapter 23 hi apai boka tin attempt to commit suicide mani in thatum ti poi ama chuanin IPC a khanin engeni ashim na kha a oma masengin heta Supreme Court achangin judgment shang te po oma heng ani in thatum te hi chu shemna pelawa heta ril rulama har sat na ne ni eti in en kolan ngai zok ti ngai dan te porang omta tun dan thara chon heng te poi ron paya tin ki thak section 310 heng ho hi apai akachu ani chuan adota chuan dan pathum kha omsia chuwan kankal zungzung menga CRPC Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita a hianin dan hluya chuanin section zali somrat le pali oma athara chuan zanga somthum le pakhat lai kharon omto don hi chu aron tamzo kani ama ai khan chuan CRPC kantia pokhan BNSS apo hianin engeni inthak danglam kanti chuanin magistrate kanti chuanin shemna petu tekha first class ta hianin first class magistrate mo kanti ang tekhanin shemna anpek theya khanin poisa fine tur kha ama chuanin I atle mani tuna ero chuanin 50,000 khami thleng kha poisa choi turin an ti theyani tin community service kha I an pe theibok ani chuan warrant case kantia chuanin he atlema case serious deu lek thi na khopya te tin damchung lung in tan kan ti ang chi te kumhni thleng lung in tan kan ti ang chi te khang kha warrant case kan ti ta chuan ta hianin police ten warrant tel lovin chu magistrate ten na changa order tel lo khan mi man theina an nei ani ma se kan dan thara ero chuanin police ten khatianga warrant tel lowa mi an man thei rual khanin he ta hianin I aron soi chu Deputy Superintendent of Police ayan niam lauten mo I engeni permission an pek angai chu mi achu entirnan mi in kumthum engeni kumthum aya tamlo mo khatyang angchi shemna angchi thil swal kha anlo ti ni chuan tin kha mi akha ashisel na chatok lote tin kumsom rukin chin chunglamte anlo ni ani chuan heta engeni DSP aya rank niam lauten permission an pe ka ngaya ni mo kan shithya mang chumo kumloma upazok te tin taksalama har sat na ne shi sel lo le kang tyang ang chi ina I offense kumthum aya tamlo ang chi mo chu kumthum aya claim shim na pek tur chu claimin athil swala pokha a serious to claim lawang mo amar chu thil swal kha ani thau khatyang anga kha chuanin heng te hianin engeni permission kha an pe ka ngai ni chuan adot le chuanin nachina pokhan kan soito digital mode khangai poimo ani dona online in FIR te po kan thelu theito dona electronic communication te pokhan ta chuanin tunma chuan tila dan hluya chuan I offense athen na mun police te hian jurisdiction thune na chin an nei veka area chin angkha an nei veka khatyang anga thil thleng anga te zel kan an jurisdiction anga zel kan FIR te khawa thelu angai china ni incident athen na zirin mo mase tuna chan kha ani to lova mo khoi muna po thil thleng se khoi police station a kan thelu theito ni mo zero FIR an tia chu tiang ang tin chumi ba ka chuanin online te khan electronic communication mangin kan thelu theito don boxia chu wang chuanin police officer te po khanin engeni anmani police station te po kha khatyang ang dong song theitura anti kha angai ve dona chu wangin heta section 37 new atharzo ka kan section 37 na aron tar langa ta chuan engeni police station na sub inspector rank ayan nyam lote khangtyang ang chi ten khatyang ang online na kanti ang chi te khang zung lo record ta lo maintain kha anti angaya ni ti kha oma tin heta hianin mimal te hian police te kherlo mo society in mang khotlanga in mang te pon thil swal ti kha kanwa mu in kanwa kan mit mu lai nge nan lo ti the NGO YMA te po kanin mang te tiang khan mi lo shen ve mo mi lo man ve kha kan ti ve fo chi na ni chu dan hnuya chuan section 43 ayan arrest by private person ti kha oma ta chuan private person mimal chu police te ni lo mo mi man thei tu danina mi man thei tu ati ni lo heta mimal ke ma nge po ka lo ni thei khatyang anga mi kan lo man ve ani chuan mo arang thei ang berin police station nai bera emo mo police officer te ne na emo kan lan le turani ti kha dan lui chuan arang thei ang berin atiringota amaro chu dan thara chuanin within 6 hours darkar ruk chungin kan lan turani ati mo chu wangin mi kan lo mi malina mi kan lo man ve ang chi te khang tiang anga te khanin kan film khur ve angai to ti na ni chu dan thar anga kan kal don ani chuan chu wangin darkar ruk chungin kan lan ve kan khang kan mi kan lo she na kan lo man ve te kha kan police te ne na kan lan kha apui mo don ani tin handcuff chung chang kan shanga kut kol kan shave kanga jail tang te thil poi khoi te chu kut kol an bun tir china ni tiro judiciary supreme court chuan in thutluk te poi mo tak me he case a hian Prem Shankar Sukla versus Delhi administration a hian ron soyani ta chun handcuff hi chu lo thei lo top mo kha handcuff kha mi thil poi khoi tu kha atlan se don te mo ani lem lo chuan handcuff te hi ayeni man mai phalan ni lawa tin an mang don ani chuanin magistrate te court te an shilanga tin achan na kha an ziak ayeni an tar lang bok turani a chumi nuwa chau chuan mi kha handcuff theiani ar anti ati a omani dan luya chuan amaro chu helai bi ka hi chuanin dan lui a po handcuff kha chul lawa chuan man mai lo tur kan tirwalin man achulan yang chu tiro tu na te po he kan mufawanga utkol inbun tirang te po amaro chu dan thara chuan handcuff man thek na tur chin kha chiang takin aron bithlia le ani chu hikita kan tarlan angkhian thil swal voi tam tak khoi to ang chi te tlan bo tum te tin organized crime terrorist act drugs related crime khatyang anga an miman ang chi te pong swal twal tha kan ti ang chi te offense against the state kan ti ang chi khatyang anga case nei ho laka khan handcuff chu aman the to zok don ani chu mo tin na china pon soi to a summons mo ko da changa ko una ang chi kha electronic communication mangin ati thei to don boka tin summons mo ko na kha kan lo dong don ta dan luya chuanin ko na dong tur kha entirnan ina te po lo lo the mo adong tu tur tak kha so ta chan I o in adult male member te khanin an lo receive sak the ani mo ma se dan thara chan adult member aron tit care head the male chau kha mi pa chau tia asoya kha dan thara ero chuan adult member who waiting an ni chuan mo male or female kha soi to lo ni chu chuan zero FIR kha chu kan soi to a zero FIR emo zero FIR kha chu kan chiang to turanga ila electronic communication manga information kan pe ni chuan apetu te kan shata ta na poimo chu kan pek achanga ni thum chungin kan va sign na nga yani chu kan va sign le si lo chuan omzia lo the mo ol sam takin FIR kan thelu the ruanin a thelu tu ten mo phur na kan ne chu it shall be taken on record by him on being signed within 3 days by the person giving it kha information petu khan mo police ten an lo record anga chuan police te khan ma an ron la anga chuan information petu khan within 3 days a assign nge angai bok ani chuan kan kal zungzunga attendance of witness kan ti chon thu she tu te dan hluya chuan mo mipa kumsom panga hnuai lam te kumsom ruk panga chin chung lam te meichia te pian phunga rwal ban lo real rule physically ya khatyanga disabled te kha anni chuanin police station a care emo anwa kalangai lawani mo thu she tu tur te kha so police station a care kal lovin police te khan an thu shat te kha an omna hmuna emo khami te na an du na hmuna khan an zot turani ti ania mo ma se he thila hi chu achang chuan police te po anin dai lo ve china rem chan zok na wangin police station ate po anin ko ve photo sha thiam lo tur om chang lawa amaro chu dan thara chuan khatyang anga dan hluya kan boina om china kha aron shefya ta aniang chu khang mi thu she tu ra ko te hetilai kumzat bituk om te khatyang ang chi zong te kha an ma ni ina an remti ani chuan an willing ani chuanin police station a khan an kal theyang ti kha a ombok ani case te la oma police ten charge sheet an thelu ta ko ta try la kal me ka chan judge a oma sarkar ukil an oma le lampanga defend tu an omboka chuta chuanin I court remti na in prosecution hianin case an withdraw theani o court remti na in an withdraw theani case hi judgment puan ma ani chuan thutluk na judge ina asyam ma in engeni an withdraw theani prosecution te khan amaro chu tu da tun dan thara ero chuan victim atwar tu te mo FIR thelu tu kaloni a chuan police ten an engeni investigation an tia chuan charge sheet te lu ta evidence te kalmek to a ma se case kha withdraw thut te polo ni the tianga khanin kha FIR thelu tu te kha dan luya chuanin ngai thak masak ni vero se ti kha om lawani amaro chu dan thara chuan kha a victim ate atwar tu ate kha ngai kha masalovin case kha withdraw aphal to lo bokani kan dan thar chuan chuan thushe tu te kawan ni in audio video electronic record hi man the ani to don boka a chatna tur chu khatyang ang nachina khanin sar khana soi to a khang record te vondan tur chungchang ti vel te kha boina te chun la nei de uponi me te ya amaro chu he til chatna chu hei tuna ama de chuanin kota thushe tu te kan kawa azia in kan ziak china ni chongka azia te thu zia te hi chu atopa kan han interpretation aron oma a soitu te na an soitum ni mia lawa thil soi de te poka thil om ve the ani mo chuwang chon khatyanga thushe tu te engeni audio video electronic record manga han ngai kha ka record kha von chat ania I nakina judgment siam do na te judge tin han en le ta se thil changkai tak tur anin ka sha he thil chatak anin ka sha ni chongkam ringot thu kan zia ringot hi chu kan thu achiar tu ina adon sondan mishing kanin anlo ang khanin thil kha adang ve theisia chuwang heng te po hi a changkai vel donin ka sha ni tin chumi ba ka case te an han kalpui hian achang chon arrange chin te kan tia khangtiang ang case kalpui chung re chin te po khati zia omani theinan adjournment kan tita chumi omzia chu voina chumi case chu ngai to ani ang kan ngai to don chuan vo in hi hemi atan hianin engeni thil swal tia kan accuse a hi thu zo fia ni atan voini kan ruatang tikhan engeni step by step hian ko thianin engeni kaldan phung trial kal phung hi an nei vekani tianga chonim engemor rem chan lo na te engemor ro khol na wangten vo in chu sun niri se ni dangatan hi niro se ti khathil omve theyani khangtia nga wang te po khanin case kha engeni a inquiry pha ve china chuwang chan tuna chon adjournment chungchanga po hianin void ni aya tamlo ti kha dan thar chuanin aron soibok ani tin judgment pek chungchanga judge ten thutluk na an pek chungchanga achang chuanin re tak judgment han pek lok lo chang te po omve china chu dan thara chuanin judgment hi hemi chung hianin an pek turani ti khal chiang tak in aron tar langa ta chuanin 45 days mo trial atop achanga mo trial zong engkim kha ko ta anti tur zong anti top trial zong atop achanga engeni not later than 45 days mo ni somli panga IRA ani turani lo khami chung khanin judgment kha judge ina asyam man angai bokani chon witness protection scheme te poron omta he thil tharlak ania amai no om ngai lawa thushe tu kaute heng hi engtin nge protection pack anni ang mo thushe tu te kha an poimo si a criminal case ate pe chuan tin victim centric kanti ang sarina soi ang deu khanin progress of investigation chungchanga hi dan hluya chuan om lawani dan thara chuanin progress of investigation chungchanga hian police ten khatianga FIR an han don nuwa until till jul investigation shang an han ti ang chi te khang tiang ang anti zong kha ni som ko chungin kha a victim atwar tu te kha engeni an malak to na engeni anti chin ti akha an shil shat ve kha angai don bok ani tin jail mi ina thiam lo achan to hnu hian jail ate an han tanga mo sarkar lampang hianin an jail tan hun chung tur te hi a commute sak ve china ni ati toy sak ve china ni jail an anung changa zirte eng emo a chandam te po omang khatianga khanin I a commute sakchina dan hluya chuanin a commute thei dan turakha engeni fill file tuklo kha na oma amaro chu dan thara chuanin khatiang anga engeni sentence thiam lo chang to jail tan turzat kum chuti zat dam chung thi na ti angchi khatianga thiam lo chang to hobi ka kha a commute sakdon ani chon ati dan turakha ron soini ta chan thi na khophial angchi kha I a commute sakdon ani chuanin life imprisonment in athak sak the ani mo tin chumi ba ka life imprisonment mo dam chung lung in tang turakha alo ni chuanin not less than 7 years aron tibuka tin 7 years kumsari emo ai tame mo lo ni chuanin not less than 3 years kumthum aya claim lo in a commute sakthei buka chuan a sentence of imprisonment for less than 7 years tin ka chu fine po kana ti sakthei bukani tin rigorous imprisonment jail tan chungchanga po hianin sheom taka jail tan te tin simple imprisonment te po kha om vele zela khatianga khanin rigorous imprisonment ani chuanin simple imprisonment a po kana thak sak vele te buk ani tin tin dan thara engeni thilcha anti thilcha ti la acha ni angim chu kan lakmang don chawa I alasha jail tura ngaila kha UTP ka ti kha jail tang te I thiam lo chantir la ni si lo an chungchang thula ngai to make an case pending hawaka UTP under child prisoner kan ti te kha an nita ni chutyang ang mi te chu first time offender lo nita se first time offender kan ti chuan til voi khacha til la tiswal mo kha chun chu a til ti swala wanga tan ina omme ka kha first time offender til swal til poi khoi na danga voi khat ma convict la ni ngai lo mo thiam lo chan tir to lo la ni ngai lo case engma previous criminal record ang sila nei lo ani chu khatyang ang kha ani chuanin engeni atan hun chung tur zong zong mun thuma china mun khat atang to ani chuan mo chung mi te chu lo chwa lai lok the ani thiaman chang tin ani lovin mo jela internan kumsari theng tan theina angchi poi ka lo khoita a kumsari kha mun thuma chenta ila mo 1/3 kumsari kha mun thuma chentai la mun khatchin anga ka lo tang to ni chuan in she thiamem khatiang anga khanin lo chwa lai lok tir thei ani mo ma se chumi lo chwa lai lok tir thei kan ti khan mi zong zong kha a thei vek chuang lo ani first time offender kha an ni anga ya tin la convict to ngai lo ang chi kha an ni angai bok ani tin he dan thara hianin soito ang khanin electronic communication te tin digital khang zong zong kha aron ngai poimo si a chuwangin ti hian ron soini engeni service te summons te warrant khatyang serve te tin kota thushetu ko te tin kota complaint thelu tu ang zong zong te tin evidence inquiries khang ang anti na zong zong evidence unlock zong zong te tin proceedings tool ang chi shim shim khang tyang ang kha he BNSS noyami hi ani chuanin electronic communication or use of audio video electronic means khang ka manchang kaya ni ang ti in he dan thar hianin aron soibok ani he thil changkai tak turania ma se na china sarina soi ang khanin helai hen boina kan nei ti kha ero ka chu a technical te ule ka khati zong hang karon imba sei lawa kala soifia theory cha lawani tin o dan thar pathum om kan ti kha pakhat ala om le a ta chuanin Indian Evidence Act 1872 Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam ti in thak ani vedon ta he ero hi chu thil thak danglam na tukha om lawani hemi evidence act hian in engi aron kenti ka chu ka soi to kan she thiamanga ta hian opinion of expert hi engi omzia kan ti chuan hey judge te po I law lama chan bi thiam tak an lo ni me theya tin chu ti ralin ukil te dan shemi te adan zirmi te po law lam chu kan lo thiama kan lo she thiam viau po ni me the amaro chu engemo internan pong swal case te lo omta se mo medical examination te angaya tiru khang medical examination zong zong kha ukil te judge ten medical term te kha kan lo she lo ve the ani khang te anga khan opinion expert opinion te kha walak te ngai china khang te anga khanin expert opinion chungchanga hianin dan hluya chuanin opinion expert opinion niya angai chu dan luya chuan opinion upon a point of foreign law or science or art pathum cha kha omani amaro chu tuna chon any other field dangami tipo kha expert opinion akan apom to donani mo tin heta CRPC khanin BNSS khanin electronic communication le khang digital mode te kha angai pui mo si a khang anga kha kan manga kan implement don ani chuan evidence khan mo kota trial kan kalpui na ko nga khan kha kan pom vele angai sia chuwangin he BSA hianin electronic or digital record in evidence kha kan pomang ti in section 61 han section thar ka aronda a chumi zonga chu he BSA kan dan tharina I aron kentel ve chuni tikhan dan lui khanin heta CRPC BNSS akhanin til in thak na sadeu kha mo a procedural law khan atam mashat ne turte police te lampang pon thune na anne zaw pya lama khan mo phurna kha anga donani achan chu police te po hianin case chatta investigation te anti ani lo chuan heta kota khang investigation anti to sa charge sheet an thelu mangte khan kota judge ten rawan lo rel china mo ta chan ukil ten an mani ruai tu te veve ti meyang an mani engeni an represent sakte veve taman thek top an chwa to thin si a chuwangin police ten investigation anti chat lo chuan in convict har sabe chinani chuwangin mo phurna an nga a tin ke ni mi puilam te pon thushe tu tan ko te po kan ngai mai the tin heng he digital te po khang electronic communication te digital mode te tin mobile phone na kha lo lak ve te po kha I apong don ti te po kha oma khang a te po kan he media mi te po hi kan poi mo na chen po a om ve the mai the ani mo chuwang chuanin heng an malak na ko nga te poin kan pui ve an nga ya thil swal ti te thiam lo an chan nge thek na tan khanin hei dan tharin ti tur sang aron soiranin ke ni ami pui te lampang po hianin enge mo chena kan phak tok le kan kowat enge mo tla lo om ve ni chan khang kha kan ti apoi mo doning ka sha ani tin kan dan thara hianin khang BNS atepo khan thil thar aron oma ta soning community service chungchang te kha tlema zong kan soile du a community service tu mi in jail bangkha azut don lawani tiro maset thil panga a chau aman the ni ka ti to kha community service tu defamation anga te tin defamation case te polar emema nakina defamation case po kan lo nei the ke lai muna om tinge po hianin ta chan jail a katang don chuang si lawa tia in soirema wanga in convictir thiam lo in chanti rakha apoi ve the ani mo community service iti ani chuan thiam lo chang to ini chuwang chuan community service jail tandon lo awang ringota khatiam anga enge poi sak lo ringot kha a chaber doning ka ring lawani ka ring lawa chuwangin heng ko nga te poi hang kan film khurve angai doning ka sha ani tin dan shim hi ti hian dan thar aron kan ti a dan thar kan ti ral khan ka soi to ang khan thil zong kha aronin thak vek chuang lawa hemi ma pun voi enge mo zat amendment a om to china chuwangin hlo thon tur emo khatiam ang lampang thil kha a omlem chuang lawani tipo kha kan zeptel dua ti chuan dan shat lo hi chhuan lam tling ani lo kan ti kha chuwangin dan shat hi kan mo phurna ni a big takin media mi te phei chu mi puite ne na awareness pek chungchanga kan poimo ing ka sha a chuwang chuanin lai muna local te zirlai te po zirlai inni angin lo zirlai te po inni angin midam te ne na awareness pek kha kan mo phurna ni ti kha kan tarlam tel du ni ka ti zong kha voina kan soi fia theite chu ni se kalome zona le chan na hun engemo inzo fia du te shat fia lo te kha om chuanin hun hongang
tu ta thar kha mang do ta CRPC tite khatia IPC evidence ekha ato fek don tingami kha atha fek don mi chuan tu na intima magistrate thong te khan kenge mo thu buai de lai te khan long ni dia kha wa khan apan thi ko lo lo tingami kha ta pi ta
vale ka chang hal zel me yang kha thil kha poimo khop me ka pu lo zo na kha apoimo lo tu ka kami BNS mo IPC replace to khan section zathum somnga pariat na omani ta chuan repeal and savings dan shimshimi alo pian hianin dan lui hi a replace don ani chuanin section pakhathi anda chen ani repeal and savings antita ta chuan dan tharalo omtak sia chuan a lui mi tika engtin nge ni ta angti kha zo na omani mothil om thei ani chuta tak chuanin kha repeal and savings a ina aron tarlan chu dan lui mi tika chu a lui angina kalmeyang mo tin sumi baga Indian constitution a hianin article poimo MMA omani article somni na ania ta chuanin ex post facto law kan dia dana chuan chu ta chuanin dan thar alo omawang khan mo dan hluyam mi tika athar angin shemna po pe kan niang ti ani ringot lo mo July ni khat achanga thil thleng china kha dan thar angin akalanga ahlui ka chu tikhan dan lui CRPC te IPC te kha anti renga langayang mo ma se July ni khat nuwa chuan athar angvekin akalanga ahlui ka chu ahlui angin tin thil swal kan lo tia mo July ni khat thlenma che ing ka lo ti po ni the at time te kha pui mo te ememani dana chuan July ni khat thlenma cha dar som pakhat le minute som nga panga po ni se mo dan thar kha ala effective lo awangin ahlui angin a omang dan thar ka chu July ni khat achanga manchan ani angin kan thil swal ti apo kha July ni khat nu ang kha chu dan thar angin ani me yang July ka chang fia em
kami tungchangka tuna Indian electronics kami kami instrument kami manro kami FIR patel kita amai roju atelu tu kami within 3 days akan sign ini kami kami so ni ani le police kami FIR telu kami allow receive kan etika changing nga alap chanang investigation ka amai nanti te ani sing ka sewa so within 3 days assign no chang chawin investigation ka akal pei don nge ne ya kami an receive rang kan ika ka zona pakhat ani ka chuan attendance of witness ti te le ka chang ve kan ti na an mani ki na te khanin an bakal chinta video mobile phone kon an phara tawani chuan khata khan ti na an bakal thelo chan kha chu above below 15 te chuan above 60 to 70 ki ka te khalo ta se chuan person with acute illness ika aomi ka kata kan acute illness ni kan eting kami ka definition akan enge insia chuan eting kami akanin pakhat kha award chot te yang ilai kha asoi chen te kata kan asan chu police ka acute enge illness ani lo te pakha ti theya chuan pakhat kha ha chu ni kami chu ani lo ti khonge ani le illness na chu khonge ale kha chu ti kha te kan enjong bo don ti rami ilai ka
ale ka changhal put down ye zero FIR okati kami electronic communication mga FIR thelu theti kha hey Ministry of Home Affairs achang po hianin SOP hi an siamrenga tuna po hianin I engeni mobile apps pakhati launch an tuming ka an launch to make po ni metheya chu manchang kai tur po an manchang kai the ni garinga khakha chu heta I khami a police lampang mo a force lampang khanin I heita hian FIR in thelu the ti angchi kha chu an ron ti mai garinga ni tin khatyanga tin zero FIR khatyanga online manga FIR kan va thelu khan mo khoi mun po kha zero FIR thei to kan ti kha FIR dong tu kha chuanin zero FIR tin alo chinchia ang atini SOP a po khan mo chuan a chuldan angin a process ngal char don mo chuan chu a process na ko nga po chuan case te po alo enter nga mo an diarrhea te po record angai mai the mo tiang khanin a step strang shanga kha omve ni chu police tenan ti dan tur kha chuan ta chuanin ni thum within 3 days chungin ka information va petu khan assign nge theina turin steps ma ala ka nge bokta so ta unsign du lo ni pe chanin FIR omze omlo ani mai ka ringa mo zero FIR ni ang khan chuan an lo sign na khatyang anga ani to chuanin entirnan police te khanin a concerned jurisdiction na tipo engeni anthon theya tin investigating officer a tipo te khan an mania khan anin lan chong bele meyang FIR an dona chang khan investigation takatsu FIR an don nuwa and then 3 days chung in a sign ang tian ita an sign si lo chan omzia omlo me theya chuwangin kha 3 days chung ka mangchang ka in tiro tin police te chuanin achul dana zirin ma an lak ngal chu angai ka ring chuan witness chung changa khan tiro I hei hi chu dan luya po khan om thawa timeyang amaro chu soito angkhanin police te ponin dai bik lova min va panzel te kha chang chona harve chinani khatyanga khanin police station ate po kan kal kang puizo kan itro witnesses te po hi ta chon dan thara chonin person with acute illness ti hi engeni damlo na bik riau ne mo pon chwa po har sakhop angchi te kha ani theya ta chon chu chutiang ang an nei le nei lo chu police te khan engtin yan shat lok bi kang mase ikal du lo wanga police nan va pan huna che engeni eng angdam lo na ngei ne helai mun pan thei lo khop iniem po ni si lawa ilo dam versi kha chuanin thil sha thiam om ve tak chu niang tiro kha ka chu local la tia alo akal turina ka local thei lawang taksalama har satna kan nei ati tlat si chuan police chuan engtin nge a sha theiang khala ya ka chu masengin kal thelo wanga vapan nuwa laudam vorni si kha chuan mo engtin nge ni zelang khala ya kha chu masengin hengtina unwilling unremti ni chuan police station an kalang ti khani vele me helai chu an mani khanin ati tu tur te lampang khanin an engeni ro man nan siam thiam me ring
ka zone
ona jom pa boin pese hero fire la takka police in ano dong ta it's investigation kan lo ka chu mo ta fire te tu kan pun chu in a sign lo chon omji om lo di kha ni ta kha fire te tu kha ba submit to police kha te to chu lo be to ni di thum chu ve lai kha pa se pa submit lo kan eng ma lo kha lo le no police te ka chu kai an ba thok du na so ve ti kha lai to nam the ya chu lai tak chu kan se do tin pakhat le chonin mi du mi suan thil ti so lai lo man ta ka chu in police a kan tu ti kha ta khanin eng mo har sa da po kha am te ya da ga ro chu ga aba lan nge the lo da kha me the to ri tin ai da na ni ale tin nam ban la in eng mo har sa da po am te ya khala ya kha de nge ai che kan mo re ti lo na in所以现在咱们是看来的话，比方阿曼都看他是那跑路的些，阿曼都说看，因为我这开始你的站的，我们也按有抵抗，我这这份的，看来他谁上去就是说
zero FIR le electronic communication mga FIR kan thelu ka shat pol lawila zero FIR kan ti khan electronic communication in kan thelu theiralin ziak ngei po khan mo irrespective of the area mo khoi muna po ni se amajan an jurisdiction milzela FIR thelu ngai kan ti kha mase tuna jan irrespective of the area ti kha aron mangani chu kan shet thiamila ta chonin khoi muna po ni se khoi police station po ni se khatyang anga FIR an lo dongani chuan zero FIR ni chuan an SOP a khanin chu englo home affairs in na SOP siama chuan a low register anga zero ti kha adang atini zero FIR ti photang amaro chu zero FIR tianga chul anga ma ala kuna a concerned jurisdiction na ava engeni investigating officer mo engemo nena ahlan son huna kan an re-register ang FIR ka FIR pa ngai angin akal le ang NT nche tiamem chu tiang chuanin chu I an SOP na aron tarlan na ni chu chuan 6 hours chung kha 6 hours chung private person yana mi kan lo man ve ka darka ruk chungin mo police station nai bere mo police officer ne na emo thlen ve ngai kan ti kha tiro kha khani a lo thon omani tiro adan in zia ang kha chuan a ma pun mimal angin mi lo man NGO ina mi an lo man te po an oma mo ta chuan as early as possible at thei angarangin tiringot ani ta time om chuang lo ani at thei angarangin kan tirwal khan heta kan delay chana kha konglaka motor engemo mo a distance awang pon ahun taka kan ti theilo me the khang tiang anga khachu dana vek khan shetiam dana vek khan heng angchi thil chul big engemo har sat na zwal big ahun taka anti theilo le tiang angchi ani chuan engeni ngai na thiam na kha omve le thei tho 6 hours kan ti rual khan he 6 hours chunga yanin eng ang nge delay kha I delay chana kha chan chato ka ni em ti kha chu dan ve khan sha thiam theina ani thowang
hello ka zo ne ya general development ya se kan zo lu chu ni min lo ka han mi cha home minister khan in house abo han soya he dan thara hi justice system sang kamper tu ran idon an ta chuan a soi pa khata pa chuan hemi dan thar hi ni chin po khan ron so ya jail to lu tuk ti zio na te tin a shem na po kha ama na deu tri an deu ta mo chu ti tu ram pe community service ti ron so chi po kha ti pe kha a ron dum ta a jail tam pur pur lo ti te ta chuan ni bina a soi pa khata pa chuan in the most modern justice system ati pa ka khan decriminalization lam pa kha a ron so du box ya he dan hi ingenia thil poi khoi du dan hian an ne deu so tangen ai azai dam angin za angai le lu du ngem ti kha lo to na kha lo om ve the ya chu general tu rin he dan hian khati lam ba kha aron ko de ben poi khoi na kha ati suar pha lo mo ti kha ngai dan kha om ve the ya tin ne khati lam ba kha ni asa angai dan in victims rights le convict the rights po kha ahum han na sa zon ti kha soi box ya kha nge soi ti
helai thile hen hajing hang ka tilang lawa I case pending te jail tang te hi he kan dan tharawang hianin an claim pha angem ti kha tiro kha I point ber chunin ka sha ta chuanin I internan FIR kerlo hianin judge te ne na pen complaint a thelu the ani criminal complaint kan tia chu defamation case ati hian kan mangtlang pui ani Mizoram po defamation case chu tlang pui thuin criminal complaint in a culture ani tiro judge te ne na chu ta chuan heng anga te po hian complaint case kan ti me ta a hi dan thara khianin aron soya sections ani somni pathum na a hianin heng complaint case anga te po hianin engeni I magistrate ten cognizance an la ngal to don lo shetiamem complaint ka chukan va thelu tang mase magistrate tin cognizance an langal to don lawa without hearing without giving opportunity of being heard to the accused kha a accused min defame tu tia kan va pu akha khami ti ngai thama salo chan cognizance ala to don lo ti te ni ta ni shetiamem chu bang chan case akha defamation na wangin criminal complaint po kalo thelu the khathi la kha case angin akal tak tak angem mo khang ang te po kha claim thil tam taka chuanin case tam tak om thei tur kha the both the parties kha judge ten lo ngai thata se case trul mia lo te po kha a om ve the ni chuwang a complain anga te po kha claim pha ve the ya tin chumi ba ka section za somsari pathum na hianin police te thunei na ron pezau em mani mo chu preliminary investigation ti theina an ne ni he ta hianin kan nai de lok bengin che ta bula cognizable offense hawa khanin mo cognizable offense punishable for 3 years or more but less than 7 years kumthum ayat tami mo mase kumsari ayat niam si angchi case khan mo ta hianin preliminary engeni investigation kha anti theyani police ten ta chuanin officer not below the rank of deputy superintendent of police that's one a nature and gravity of offense en chungin kha case kha eng ang khopa serious nge nia eng ang nge ani ti kha an engeni an en photanga ta chuanin preliminary inquiry kha an conduct theyani preliminary inquiry an conduct anga ta chun prima facie case an mulawani chuan mo kha case kha akal tlang zel lo poni de chu bangin FIR tam tak case tam taka omaka hetilai police ten thune nan lo ne ni si chuan mo ta khanin prima facie an mulo ani chang kha case kha top ve thei tho ani mo tin chumi ba ka yani an investigation an preliminary inquiry azir khanin investigation kha conduct during ati theibo kani khitilai tak khi police lampang te thune na kha aron zawani FIR tam taka kha he ta ko ta thu bwai hla bwai thleng lo khan hetilai china khan atop ve the na lai kha omani amai ro chu hetilai hi chen khat chuanin affair lo mo police te chu enge chongkam moi lo ni lo se control the te po an lo ni me theya mo atwar 20 or athil poi khoi 20 case te kha ti te po thil om theya ni zo na om theya ni aniang chu ka ti chuang lo wa amai ro chu thil om theya ni ta ni ma sein hemi chungcha nga hian mo police te na khang first information kan va thelua case an lo register du lo mo khatyang angani kha chuanin heta hianin kan agree ani chuanin ai sangzo ka khanin kan zwal ko na kha kan thlen theya tin magistrate ne na khan application kan thelu theibok ani o kan khatyang anga police te na anlo ti du lo preliminary inquiry an kon da ka prima facie kan mulo ti awanga case kha local lo po ni ta se kan lungoi lo ani chuanin we can approach the court ti khan ka changem yes zo na dang lo mem zirlai te lampang po class kan zir tur thau khania o defamation shim hi chu a case criminal le civil case om thayani mo civil case assume enjoy tur lampang ang sum enjoy tir lampang ang zong po khan case kha om thayani chuan defamation shim hi chu engeni min defame tia atwar tu a reputation kha mishing kanin anglawa din hunte po kanin anglawa tiro ram shwai tu lu ni ta ila engeni kha kan ram shwai tu lu kha timing sia in timwal phautaila a affect society a affect le he tilaya ram shwai tu po nilo kil khata chungmoi lo nilo se omve me tu ma po shat ni vak lawa kha thilin angringin mwal phona tong ta ila tiro ma se ram shwai tu lu dei chu amwal phona society affect dan khana sani chuwang chang defamation kan ti po hen khang ang kan din huna zirte keima ni min ti mwal pho theidan khang ti pong kongra wa su ve em don ta chon a shem na in pe konga a poisa enjoy tir po khani se mo poisa choi tor za ta po khang kongra a su ve theyang tin criminal case po a thei ralin civil po kha a thei ni criminal a chon jail in tan tir thei ni ya tin defamation shima hian tun dan thara chuanin community service te po ka a shem na a thei to don jail bang wazut kher lo khan o
ko lo so le nó này có mảng có mà sẽ và cái chỗ đó có cả international mà mà khi the run case kha aron thì khani ron suya kha tun hai po ha tu ran po CCTV trong po tu de kha an ta cho re po ta ta khan mi ta ngang ni nge ta khan ni po ta khan ni kha thiam lo chang ti re ti ngan ma nai ti ngan ma do ti pe ma khan ti ngan lo ni chin cho tu na ya chỉ là cái điều là xây dựng ya report lo chon ti ve lại nó không bị bu de so thing không bị cái chiang lo cái thằng nó case lại a report lo tu khan atwar ve thi iti nang nge lai kha
ole nya kan
không bị kha
nya kan hun khat ka rin de wang khat ka kal de pop pa i hit and run case shim hi mi suai ingai sak du lawa itlan bo de ya shemna ahmain dan luya chon shemna lo omya lo ni mo ti kha kan ril ruwa ngai dan lo om me ya kan soibi ka chu voina kan topic hi BNS ani wang khanin BNS bi ka shim hian ahmai na lo om ngai lo ti ka kan soi om zia chu ni ta MV Act te po kan nei ta Motor Vehicle Act te anga te po kan ashem na te chu om te me amara chu tu na BNS bi ka hian khami tak ka ashem na shan pa kha om lo ni chu hit and run hi chu ta chuanin hit and run a chuanin kikilai section ina arun soi chu mo irrash and negligent ifim crew lo awang ikhal chak lu tu ka wang ma se mi laka engeni twal tha na thi na khopya va thlen tur na khop ril ru kha inei lo ani tiro chuwangin ma sengin i kha ifim crew lo awang le khatyang awang khan midang laka mo thi na iwa thlen ta a mo ta chuanin chu thila chu mo escape without reporting to the police officer te mo magistrate te na khathil thlen ral khan soon after the incident engeni in report lawe mo itlan bo sanani chuanin kum som thleng lung in tan the poisa choi the ti ani bok ani chu chetiamem I mi tha tung shim shim na rin ru kan nei ni chuan twal tha kha ani deyam marsa twal tha vani silo kan khal chakte kan lo film khur tok lo wang tia mi tha tung na vani chuang silo ma se kan van duai na kha midang van duai na vati bel cha zonga accident kan vathen angchi khang hit and run mo hita itlan sengal iran ngal mo kaka money in report lawa without reporting to the police officer or magistrate khang thena kan in report lawani chuan ashem na kha ashan pa in tun kan dang thara hianin BNS hianin ay aron da ani chu ahlui akan khang shem na kha omlo katimya lo ahlui ti la dan danga a omlo katilo mo MV Act po kan nei kati kha chu tun BNS bi ka han section 3 la ka hi aron da ta ni chu ole ki mala ma chang chan kati zong kha ni me se ka lo me
We thank Associate Professor Bilem Ruati for her highly insightful and interactive presentation session. I guess we all made use of this opportunity, and we take this opportunity to felicitate her. Bilem Ruati. Earlier we did not have the time, so right now I think it is a great opportunity to felicitate her for her commendable presentation. And I would like to request Dr. Rajiv Lorembam IIS to do the honors. I request the ushers to come forward. Please come forward. Next, I would like to request Lalsom Liada, librarian of PIB, to give vote of thanks.
I would like to say thank you to our DC for coming to Mizoram to organize, participate at this workshop with us. Hey, lom to say the tour tamle, my avoidia. Abi kin he purwatale, pikumi, can sing and tell to and truck my can lom, tika and say dua. Kan ruaman angin kan kual lian tu te kan kual sa te kan resource person ten hunan ron mang thei vika ne na lom tu kan soya abi kin hei pirem ruati le ama troi om tu tho pui te in chunga lom tu kan soya hei media akan tho pui te Doordarshan AIR CBC Mizoram NPR le IIMC atang te point voindia lo tel theya ne na lom thu kan soi tak zita atu na piang a he program lo te the tur hian min pui thina wangin lom thu kan soi ani ti chuan hi kan chanchin bumi te hi thu tak me nia tu na po hian press conference te po hundangan nei mek ni kan thria enge mon sa tin hei min tel pui tluan thei hi kan lom tak mi mewa an ni hi thil poi mo eng po ti la mi pui peng min thlen sak tu tak tak chon ni hi an ni thina wangin chunga lom thu kan soi non le kan la ti le zel tura po min troyom turin kan han som lo bokani ti chuan to pera hei voinia lo zirlai te kan zinga thanen takan lo tel thei hi law college principal PS3 chunga po lom thu kan soya voida zirlai lo tel zong te chunga hian lom thu kan soi ani te chuan he program lo tling thei na tura nge ni soi mai te po kan nei mai thei heng kan backdrop te po hi kan tar lo hian fel takin na lo in tar felvek me heng te po hi media kan thok pui te kut nu nin kan thria min kan lam vek thei lova When near Lotel Zong le he program a lot in Tina to Ra, Tale Hun Mang to Te, in the Vaya Zunga Long to Kansoye. The two day programs or Hian Lanska can program Aloma, can program the looking to Khan, a Lansmin a Sakvector in Kansom Jewa, Amaro to Chokate, Tote, Likava in Voikata, and a roll tailor Maitea, a Kaka, Kanina from Lonia. In the white
We thank Pusomlia. Please remain seated, everyone, because this is going to be followed by a photo session. I request everyone to remain seated. We thank Pusomliana for delivering such a thoughtful, vote of thanks. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the conclusion of our event. We have been privileged to hear from various esteemed speakers who have shared their valuable insights. The main session is now adjourned. We invite you all. After this, there will be a lunch session in the next adjacent room. Now we will have a photo session.